Hey, what's up, guys? It's Travis from We the Kings, and this is our radio on Radio Disney.
I have often dreamed of a far off.
Welcome again to Radio Disney, and
Thank
I'm
you.
very excited to can finally have a full show of With the
I know.
Kings in Mexico. So I want to know, how do you feel about this? Because this show will be this April 12th in La Maraca Show Center. So I want to know, how do you feel? What you have prepared for your fans?
This has been such a long time coming. So in 2017, I went down to Mexico with Simple Plan, and I played acoustically all over Mexico, and it was amazing. And from that tour, when I got back home, I was like, please, can we bring all of We the Kings to Mexico? Please, please, please. The fans are amazing. The people are amazing. The shows were incredible. The food's amazing. The places are incredible. And it's so close. It's literally, I'm in Florida right now. Like, you guys are so close. So from that day, from that tour, I just started begging to come to Mexico. And finally, after so many years, we were coming. So I kind of want to make it like the most special show that we've ever done, because I don't want this to be just one time where we come and play. I want this to be like the start of us coming every year, if not, multiple times in a year. So the way that you do that is that you basically create the best show the fans have ever seen. Not only a fan of We the Kings, but fans of other artists. I have to create the best show that they've ever seen. So we've been like trying to think of every idea that we could possibly do to make the show memorable and special, but better yet, make it a show that people want to come back and see again.
Okay, we'll be waiting
Yeah.
for that. What have you heard about the Mexican crowd?
Well, what I've heard was that it was amazing, but when I came to play, there's a lot of cities that will say, oh, this place is the best. And then you go and you play and it's not the best.
Uh-huh.
Mexico, I have I've been to Mexico so many times. It's one of my favorite places to go. When I got married, we spent our honeymoon in Tulum. Like we loved going there all the time. But I took my wife to Cabo San Lucas and Puerto Vallarta, and I've been to Mexico City maybe 7 times.
Hey.
I love going as a person. Mexico was one of those things where everyone was like, this place is amazing. The fans are so loyal and loving to the music. So when I came with Simple Plan, I was like, all right, well, this is a test. And from the very first note that I played, everybody was screaming and like crying and like singing every word. And I was like, oh my God, they were being honest. They were being true. This literally is one of the best places to play. So I know that that's only going to get better and more energy when I bring the entire band. So I don't know, that I've heard that Mexico is amazing, but I've also seen that Mexico is amazing. I've just never been able to see it with the whole band completely. So I don't know. I feel like this is one of the shows where I'm as excited as the fans are.
Yeah, well, you're about to experience one of the best publics of your life.
Yes.
Yay! Now, you just say loyal, and I have to ask for that, because We the Kings have songs that have been part of an entire musical generation. So I want to know, how does it feel to have that community that has been loyal to you and your music over these years?
I mean, if I could give you one word, it would be grateful. I feel, when we came out in 2007, we released our first album. It was along with so many other bands. And over the years, those bands came, they rose, and then they broke up. Or they rose and they fell, and then they kind of disbanded. Mm-hmm. And I just feel grateful that not only has We the Kings, like our brotherhood, has it remained close. We're brothers, we're best friends. I feel grateful that we've remained close, but at the same time, we've had fans that have stuck with us, over the years. As it's easy when you're a band and you have fans that are in school, elementary, middle school, high school, college. It's easy because they don't really have real life. After school, like real life starts, and you have to figure out, what you're doing. You have responsibilities, and it's just different. So a lot of bands have fans, and then once the fans get into their real life mode, it's hard to keep that loyal fan base because they have responsibilities. They have things to do. They can't, come see you in concert on a Wednesday night, or, it's different for them. So to be a band from 2007 all the way to 2025, and to have fans that have been seeing us for 17, 18 years is absolutely incredible. It's the epitome of what loyal is. So I just feel absolutely grateful that our fans have stuck with us over the years. Our Mexican fans,
yes,
who have been with us from the day we started, and we haven't played a full band show. That's next level loyal. Just being a fan of a band and hoping one day that they come is special. So I feel a huge amount of gratitude in my heart.
Okay, and I have to do a confession. I'm one of that fans that have been with you from I don't know. I started listening with the Kings when I have like 14. I'm about to have 27, so you have been really part of my life, and I'm very excited to have a full show of you.
I love that. Well, while we have the time, I want to tell you that I'm so grateful to you for being a fan for so long. Thank you for your loyalty. But also, I am so sorry that it took us so long to come see you.
Okay, but we will finally have you here.
Yes.
So don't worry. Now,
Yes.
let's talk about Go the Distance, because it's an incredible version. And I want to know,
Thank
what
you.
was it like working with Disney to create a whole new sound for these classics and these great rock bands? Did you choose the song, or they assigned it to you?
I did. I chose a song. So the way that it worked out was Disney reached out and they said, "Hey, we love We the Kings. We're doing this project. Would We the Kings want to be a part of it?" And of course, we're like, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing! Yes, of course, we'd love to play." I live in Orlando. Disney is here. Like I'm a big Disney kid, and they asked me. They were like, "What song would you want to do?" And I was like, "Honestly, I would love to do all of them, every single song, because they're all amazing. But if I had to choose one, I want to choose Go the Distance by the Hercules soundtrack, because as a kid, like I looked at Hercules and I was like, oh, it's a redheaded superhero. Like that was my dream. That my dream was to be a redheaded superhero as a kid. So I was always like really attached to that movie, and I love that song. The song is just so catchy, but it means a lot to me. So I sent them back a message. I was like, yes, we'd love to do it. Is there any way that I can choose Hercules Go the Distance? And they were like, oh my God, that is the song that we were hoping that you would choose. I don't know how because there's hundreds of songs. They're like, how did you think of that? I was like, I don't know. I'm a redhead kid who loved Hercules. Like, I would love to do that song. So it was a match made in heaven. And then when I sent them the song, they were like, oh my God, this is better than we expected. And then it was cool because when I heard the rest of the artists that chose different songs, everybody's rendition was so cool because you got to hear that band, that song done in the style of that band. Mm-hmm. It's such a great idea for record. So I feel honored to have been a part of it.
And it's an incredible version, but I'm really curious about one thing. What did your family say when they heard this version for the first time?
So before they actually heard it, this is my studio. So, and I have like a little living room over here, and there's a TV. And while I'm working, a lot of times my kids will come up and they'll watch, shows because they just want to be in the same room. So I start playing the song, and then I start singing the vocals. They're like, wait, Daddy, I know this song. And I was like, yeah, it's, Daddy didn't write this song. This is another song. It's a cover song. And every time that I would start working on the song and playing it, they wanted to watch Hercules on the TV. So during the entire process of making Go the Distance, they were watching Hercules right there while I was recording everything here in the studio. So it was special. You know, a lot of times my family will be up here kind of just watching me write and record music. But this was the first time that they were actually, you know, I would look over and I would actually have an idea from watching what they were watching, and then I would put it into the song. So I don't know, it was special. So needless to say, they are massive fans. They're massive fans of We the Kings, because they love seeing, like, every time that we play a show, they're like, "That's Daddy, that's my daddy." Like even when we're walking around, like we could be at the store or we could be at a restaurant, we could be shopping, we could be literally at a park, and there will be a stranger that walks by and they'll be like, "That's my daddy, he's famous." And it is so funny and it's so cute to see. So when I get to do a song that they recognize before I even do it, I don't know, it was fun. It was really, really fun.
Okay. Now, yesterday you mentioned on Instagram that 2026 will be a key year from We the Kings. So can we know something?
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
I was gonna post it today, but I'll just tell you now.
Okay.
So We the Kings, let me give you like a little bit of a story.
Okay.
So We the Kings, we started in 2007. We released a bunch of albums. Check Yes Juliet and Secret Valentine and Skyway Avenue were like, and She Takes Me High and Will Be a Dream with Demi Lovato. Like, we had this really great growth, you know, and we were like going up and up and up. And then we released Say You Like Me, and that was up and up and up. And then we released Sad Song, and Sad Song was just like through the roof. And then we got to 2020 or 2020 and COVID came.
Yes.
And we were like just getting ready to put out more music and this, and then this thing came where it just stopped the world. And it was heartbreaking for so many reasons. But we were on this path, like we were just continuing to come to new territories, to play new shows, to release new music, and this thing kind of stopped us. And it's been really difficult for us to kind of get back into the swing of things, like the feel, and to get back on that track. And we decided last year in 2024, we're like, let's make this year the absolute best. Like, and how do we do that? And we're like, instead of releasing singles, why don't we release like an album? Why don't we just have like a full album like we used to do? We'll release singles before the album releases, but have that build up into this album. So that's the start. We do have a new album coming this year.
Okay.
Which is, I'm biased, but in my opinion, it's the best that we've ever released. So that's very exciting. But also, we have a song that is going to be in a movie at the end of the year. And the song is called Are You Here? And it actually comes out March 17th, which is very, very exciting for us. It's a song that we'll actually be able to play in Mexico City for the very first time ever. And on top of that, my wife wrote a book called Are You Here? Based on the song. And it's a children's book to help kids deal with grief, so losing a loved one. And so it's a song matched with this book, and the book comes out in like a month. There's that. We're also doing Warped Tour, which is the reunion of that. We're touring with Avril Lavigne in some of the biggest rooms that we've ever played. We're now booking a tour in the fall. We're doing When We Were Young. We're booking a tour in the fall. We're flying to Japan in a month to do a show in Okinawa, Japan. There is just so much on the schedule for 2025, and then 2026 gets even bigger than that. So it finally feels like we're picking up where we left off from that COVID era of like, what do we do? Like, we can't tour, we can't do this. Like, we're finally at the point where we're getting ready to skyrocket into the next thing.
Okay.
And that starts literally today with releasing some of this information so that people can know.
Okay, well, that will be your year, but also 2025, and we're really excited to can have you here finally with a full show. Thank you so much for your time and for your
You're
music.
very welcome.
Be part of my musical history too.
You are very welcome. And I just want to say that I love Radio Disney so much. Radio Disney has always been a huge supporter of We the Kings. And I don't know if like a lot of artists truly understand this, but without people like you as a fan and without companies like Radio Disney, it's really hard for bands to stick around for so long. So from the bottom of my heart, I just want to say thank you, Leslie, to you, thank you to Radio Disney, thank you to all the fans who have waited so long. I cannot wait for the show to happen, but I also can't wait for the following years that we can come back to Mexico many, many times. So muchas gracias por todas.